and Shaka Shaka were trying to bring them.
Wow, that's great.
Down. And some other African artists, you know, people from Kenya, Uganda, we already have them on ground. So just come. It's about loving Africa. I love I love Africa. I love the languages and everything.
Yeah.
That's what Kefee is all about. You know, I love where I come from, and I just want us to appreciate what we have. We're so blessed.
Wow.
Basically.
I was going to go to your university educations, but, you know, there's some questions that, you know, you just can't hold anymore, you know. Or else I'll vomit now, you know. In front of the cameras, you know.
I just did a diploma program in at the University of Benin in Edo State, Nigeria.
Ah.
Yeah, I studied public administration.
Yes. Wow. Where I was going to go to, I was supposed to ask this question first, but where I was going to go, because I read something very interesting about you. Okay. How you started your career and all that, you know, in the choir and all that. But before I go into that, you can sing 3 clear parts, like, you know, because it shows in the kind of songs that you do. Because, you know, at times, some artists, and it's not knocking anyone, but, you know, they hide behind beats. Or some obviously need a lot of backup singers, you know, to cover, you know.
True.
But you can sing alto, you can sing
soprano and tenor.
Is it just, you know, is it just a gift, or did you have to learn it? How did you?
I learned. You have to learn how to, you know, differentiate the parts. You really have to learn. But then my dad had a record shop where he sells CDs.
Okay.
So I got to a point where they started giving me songs to teach in church, in choir. So I just have to listen and know this is alto, that's tenor, and that's soprano, so I can differentiate and teach. Because I started teaching at a very tender age too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you became a director at 18.
Yeah.
And that was like you know, obviously when you were warring everyone, you know, before that probably you go into the choir around 12, if I'm right.
15. The adult choir. But I started singing when I was 8. That's children's choir.
Yeah.
I was in primary 4 then.
But 18 as a director, how did you cope? I mean, how did you feel, you know?
They just loved me. Because when I was really, the way I started was, like I started in church and like the choir thing, and I was really confident. And when I decided to join the adult choir, because I was getting too old to be in the children's choir, you know, I wanted to come down here, and they almost rejected me. They were like, you're too small. I was 15. So I had to beg my dad to tell my dad to help me talk to them, to allow me sing, you know, and they finally did. Wow. And after then, whenever we go for competitions, we get to come back with the first prize, you know, and everybody just liked me. And before then, it's just a gift, really, because there was a time some missionary came from America, from the US, to our church, you know, all white people, and I think I was about 16, 17 then. So after ministering in church that day, the man of God now called back, said I should come and...
What church?
Temple of Deliverance Ministries, Sapele, Delta State.
Okay.
Yeah. So the man said I should come back and do the song again. So I did it, and the man started crying. Wow. Was just rolling on the floor. And you know how the town, Sapele is a very small town. I became popular again. Like, come see the man, the girl make Oyibo they cry for church. You know, like, come and see the girl that made the white man cry. You know, so they just loved me, and that's it.
Tell us about your album Trip in 2000.
Trip.
That was your first?
Yeah, that wasn't my first, but that was the first, that I did, like, with a friend. The first, the first was in I think 97, 98. The choir did 2 albums. Okay. Praise worship albums then.
Did you direct it?
No, I didn't, but I did some verses.
Okay.
Yeah, I did most of the major songs then too. So ST and Kefee, the Trip album was by ST and Kefee. Okay. ST is a friend of mine, so we did that album because I traveled to Benin when I went to school, you know, so that was when we actually decided to do that. We did the album, it was successful, was promoted in that region, basically. ST traveled abroad.
I was going to ask that because, like, she decided not to continue, and then you decided to push on. Yeah. But what encouraged you to not hang up, you know, your boots, as footballers would say, you know?
Because I love music. I love music, and I know that people like to hear me sing, so it wouldn't just make sense to just be quiet because my partner is no longer around. And besides, I had my songs, I had things in mind that I wanted to do too. So she is a nurse. She works with the U.S. Navy now. Yeah.
In the States?
She's doing okay too. So I decided to go this way.
In 2003, because, you know, for me, that's a breakthrough, you know. You know, that's the question, you know, the $1 million question, if you understand what I mean, you know. Wow, but was that Strip or another album that you did 2003?
2003 was Branama.
Branama.
Yeah, that was the original Branama.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to say? 9,000 audios in a day.
Yeah, a lot of copies. I don't really get. I don't know. I can't remember the figures. Yeah, my management then is no better.
VCDs, stroke.
Yeah, a lot.
CDs, 2 million.
Yeah, because you know, people just liked the album. They just liked the song.
Wow,
it was good because that's like shocked me, worked me out.
Did you do any videos with it?
Yeah, I did videos. The videos actually came in. I think almost immediately after the album was released, we had audio cassettes, normal cassettes. So, I got video. There was a VCD for that one.
Did you pick some, or like you just did all of them? Was there any particular ones that you picked?
We did like we did 5 videos.
5 videos.
5 videos. Yeah.
Okay. And tell us more about your. Is there Branama 2?
There's Branama 2.
When did that come out?
Branama 2 came out in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah, we just saw the need to. The Branama song is so strong, it's so lovely. We just saw the need to make it, redo it, and allow so that it can reach out to a lot more people.
Yeah.
Because that is Yoruba. Not everybody understands Yoruba. Not everybody is supposed to understand any language, you know. But then we wanted to cut across, wanted to reach out to a lot more people, and we did that. We were able to achieve that. Featured Paul Play. Paul Play actually produced that track. Paul Dairo.
Okay.
Yeah, he produced the track.
He
produced it, and
do you know
he
write
featured
your
on
songs?
it.
Did you write the songs?
Yeah, I wrote Branama. Branama is the first full song I ever wrote. The other ones I just could write, like, I have this idea, you know, but Branama was the first full song I ever wrote.
Wow. I'm going to go to another interesting one here, to some of your awards.
Okay.
There's a very interesting one here. You remember 2005?
Yeah.
Best African Traditional Artist?
Do
you remember any of the nominees? Was that in South Africa?
That was in South Africa, KORA Awards. There was, can't remember.
Even if it's one.
The guy, Bingo or Ringo from Benin Republic, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also got the award. But you know something about that award was, I just got to see, I saw on the internet, on their website, that I was the winner. I was there that day, but I wasn't, you know, given the
Interesting.
But it's on their website that I'm a winner. My everything, name, profile, everything there as the winner. So.
Because I'm here, like the category, like, you know, had like Ayuba, you know.
Ayuba.
So,
from Nigeria too, Ayuba.
Because I'm a big fan of Ayuba.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as I said, like, you know, I didn't know you then.
Yeah.
But when I just looked at, you know, the nominees, you know, I was like, wow, you know, Ayuba, there's Raw Negro from Angola.
Yeah.
Cyprian Kagora from Rwanda. You know, and you won it. So did they send you the trophy or what happened?
I didn't even bother to find out. They didn't, and I didn't even call them to. I was just waiting for probably when they're doing the next KORA Awards. They were supposed to do last year, but something happened. Something just came up and they couldn't do it. So probably when they do it this year.
Okay.
I'm really not going to run after anybody to give me a trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. What's your advice to, like, you know, young people out there, because you really started young? I mean, you were 8 years old when you started the choir, in the Young's Choir.
But then it was just my dad that encouraged me.
Okay.
Because at the end of the performance, he gave me 5 naira.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was really encouraged.
That must have been a lot of money then, you know.
Yes, to get chin-chin. I really liked chin-chin then. So that was how I started. I'd like to encourage people to just have a dream. Not every manager that comes around is the man of God that God has sent, especially to female artists, you know. So just be very careful. Just have a dream and focus. Give 100% attention to whatever you want to do, and you come out well.
Kefee, I was just going to ask about an old school kind of performance that you've had, you know, when you're in primary school. Ayomana?
Ayomana Primary School.
Wow. What does that mean? Is it like a dialect from your side?
It's the name of the owner of the school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy was a very popular man, just like Okotie, but then.
Okay.
Yeah, Ayomana was popular too, so we had a primary school that I attended.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did a cultural display.
Yes.
And you came first.
Yeah.
You remember it?
Yeah, I do, because I performed with a friend of mine called Anna. I don't know where she is now. I don't know. I just hope she hears this and
gets in touch.
Gets in touch.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah, that would be very nice.